use the structure from the ski manufacturer because it has a grind, or you can work with a shop like Edgewise that has been diligent about developing a good menu of grinds. What's your question?
Oh, doesn't the structure make the suction go down?
Yeah, it can. So today was, did you ski today?
Yeah.
Yeah. You could hear your skis with that suction. So what we want to do is there's already a lot of moisture in the snow, and then there's more moisture when that ski runs along that surface. There's more melting. So we want to dissipate that and break that suction. So we use there's two ways to do it. You can keep running what your skis got on it, or you can imprint and put a different structure in that ski for the day. Some people will actually have wet skis, so it's a ski that will run through a grind. Graham has some different options for really wet conditions, and you can see, if you look at different skis that have been ground for specific conditions. Like for a wet ski, you'll see a lot deeper, more aggressive channeling in that base. But if you don't have the luxury of having 5 pairs of skis and having a ski for every condition, you can use a structure tool. And by using a structure tool, it allows you to put in a I'm going to pass this around just if I can ask you guys, just don't drop it because it will change it forever. By putting that in the base of the ski, that will allow that ski to manage the high moisture without changing the grind. It imprints the tool. It imprints into the base instead of cutting. It doesn't cut into the base like the old rilling tools. We still sell some of those, and they're great. But once you use a rilling tool, that's a cutting tool. It's really important to understand the difference between a rill and an imprint tool. An imprint tool just changes the base temporarily. A rilling tool, which is a cutting tool, changes it indefinitely. Some days all you'll have is a riller, and on days like today, I won't even think twice of just running that down because you need it. But that ski needs to then come down here and then get a new grind because that ski now has a new personality. It likes wet. So.
Wait, this is a riller.
No, that's not a riller. That's a structure.
Okay, so my little plastic thing is the riller.
Well, you could. This has a model that also has a plastic. The best way to identify if it's a riller or an imprint tool, a riller has a it's a half section of a bronze bar. It doesn't roll. It cuts. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense.
How long will that structure last in this ski?
It'll come out by the next time you tune it. So it stays in until you tune it.
Because basically you're just imprinting the wax that you.
No, you're imprinting the actual base material. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But when you wax it, when you heat it out.
When you wax, you heat it and then you scrape it and you brush it and it comes back to its original. So here's on page 52 and 53, it lists everything. So see how it's got a half section? See how these all roll? That cuts.
Okay.
Yeah. So all that's how you know. But this is a real. If you don't have this book or you don't have a handbook, this is a 52 and 53. This is the secret to fast skis right here. So. If you ever have a question on what structure to do when, usually if you go to Swix Racing, we put all the structure recommendations right on the wax report for that race. So and there's a really good diagram in here that tells you in what conditions and at what temperatures you can use different structures.
But you have an even fancier one than that, right?
No.
No.
No. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. I haven't seen it. But it's really, really important. And again, you know, what the folks here at Edgewise have done, you know, they've been working on different grinds for a while now, and you know, testing those grinds in all the different conditions, it makes a really big difference. You know, to get a good universal grind, which is a lot faster than any of the manufacturing grinds, and I've even tested our own. I found that it's a lot faster, and then having 3 rollers that I can imprint, so I get a really good ski with a nice intermediate condition, what I call blue condition grind, a good universal grind, and then I can manipulate that good ski with that good grind. I can manipulate it either side of blue conditions with an imprint tool and never change it. So it's a really smart way to run the skis. And like I know these are Nick's running all his kids, all the Woodstock kids are running grinds out of here, and they're having really good skis.
No kidding.
Yeah.
He must have done something between the open race and the relay, because those skis were lightning.
Yeah.
He must have put another grind into them.
He was using hard wax. He went like from 45 to
Well, I can tell you right now, his grind is from here.
Yeah.
So it was the Uni grind,
Yeah.
and he loves it. He makes all his kids get it. Uni grind. That's the name we're calling it right now. It may change this summer, but yeah, that's on the menu now.
Do you brush after you do the imprint?
I do. Sometimes there's just wax or a little bit of something on here, and I'll just take my blue brush and just lightly hit that. Yeah, and it just kind of opens it up, and you're ready to go. But you know, as much as I love to sell people fast wax, the warmer we go, you know, having either the right grind or the right grind in a couple of imprint tools, it's just as important, if not more important, than the wax. Today was case in point. I mean, it was just, I started skiing, it was a beautiful day, it was awesome, and I'm like, wow, I should have put something in my skis. So it just makes a huge, if you were to say, hey, did you want HF 10 today or a nice 1.0 V structure, I would have taken the structure. So, yeah.
Question about rolling and imprinting. So a lot of people are experimenting with not necessarily putting all the imprints from tip to tail all the way down ski, putting more towards the back.
Yep.
Do you have a standard on that?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, there's a lot more moisture at the tail end of the ski, and we'll even in the book, Swix will even recommend, you know, using 2 different structures in the back third of the ski. So we may run one linear the whole way with a chevron, you know, broken V pattern in the back third. And you know, some skis back in the day actually had something along those lines routed into the ski base. You were probably still in diapers. But do you remember those skis?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, so it's totally right. You know, it's okay to do that. And again, it's just managing that moisture that's accumulating at the back end of the ski.
Would you use that over a wax ski?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Great question. So this is the last thing we're doing. Yeah. You're ready to go. The last thing you're doing is this.
So you're not putting this structure in and then waxing on top of it,
no,
like the old days we used to do with the
riller. Yeah, no, we're not doing that. Yeah. Because that riller is cutting. You know, that's the difference. Yeah, and that's all we had back then. We didn't have these rollers or the concept. It was just you had to cut into the ski. Yeah.
At this point, it was, I guess, the different structure will give you more surface area of your waxes. Is that what you're?
No, you're trying to break the suction.
Right. I see that.
Yeah. If you were ski, yeah. No, there's just a lot of moisture at the back third of the ski.
Right.
And it's slow. You can literally hear your skis slowing.
Right.
And by putting in additional structure or more structure in the back